sixth element to my adventure craft system is the 3 criteria for selecting gear. Any gear that you select, there are 3 main features. One is the gear must be needed, not wanted. Now you have to be careful. All the terms I use are very specific terms that have clear definitions. They're terms from economics. You need things and you want things. You need food and water. You need a knife and so forth. You may want deodorant. That's an example. I'll never talk about or advocate deodorant. That's a want. It's not a need. You need shelter. You may want to live in a mansion. That's an example. Number 2 is the gear must be multifunctional and multi-use. That is, everything you take should have at least 2 or more uses. Not 3 or more uses, 2 or more uses. There are some things that are pretty much just one use. If you have a button compass, say, that's really just to find direction. There are some items which are like a torch or a lamp or something are really just a one use. Don't talk about fire making with a torch, forget about that rubbish. But really a torch is one use for illumination. So there are some special items, but just about everything you take needs to be multi-use and multifunctional, have 2 or more uses. An example is steel wool. Steel wool you can make fires with. It's an ember producer. That's why I like steel wool ahead of char cloth, because you can use steel wool as well to clean your pots, to clean your knives, to clean rust off your knives and tools and so forth. You can make fire, and it's for cleaning as well, cleaning steel. So that's where steel wool has a good advantage over char cloth. Char cloth is one thing, making fires. Steel wool has a multi-use, a multifunctional status to it. And number 3, you must endeavour to have spares and redundancy in your kit. And a good example I've just mentioned is fire making. Step 1 of building your fire kit is a fire tin you put in your pack. Step 2, and that's a must-have. Step 2 is a should-have, a fire kit on person. That's why it's should-have. I always carry my fire kit in my pack and fire making in a survival pouch around my neck. It's not a must-have, that's a should-have. But that's an example of I've got 2 full sets of fire making. If I lose my pack, I've still got fire making hanging around my neck. If I lose that, I've got my pack. So I've got 2 full sets of fire making. That's redundancy and having spares in your kit. Knives, you should always have 2, 3, 4 blades with you. From main working knife, smaller working knife, axes, machetes, a small Swiss Army knife or pen knife you can put in your pocket, a multi-tool. You should actually have 5 or 6 blades and cutting tools with you at all times. So they're just a few brief examples. So they are the 6 key elements to my adventure craft system. That wraps it all up. I hope that makes sense. I can answer any questions. I can even redo this video if I haven't explained it properly. And in due course, in further videos, I'll keep training my adventure craft system, the survival groups. I'll do my standard equipment tables, and that's going to give you the guide you need to build a kit for any scenario out there, from half a day, from a 1-hour walk, half a day, 1 day, to a whole week out there in the mountains or the woods or the bush or wherever you go. If you found that interesting, any questions I can clarify, and I'll see you next time.